Welcome back to the Yo Hear Me Out podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Avery. That's Leland. And so we're here. We're our second episode. So thank you guys for tuning in so much to the first episode. And so, cuz, listen, this is episode 2. How you feeling about the first episode?
Yeah, bro. Man, I feel good about it. I mean, it was cool. Like I said, this whole thing is about us just having a conversation, man. This is, we're cousins. We grew up together. We talk all the time about these random things. This is just a peek into our conversation. And so, I really liked it. I think it was good, man. I think it was fun. I think this is going to be a fun journey, man. So, what about your week, man? Well, what do you feel about the podcast last week?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited about it. We got a great little behind the scenes staff and everything. Everybody working hard on it. And so it's good.
Yep.
It's funny too, because I definitely dropped twice this week. I kind of feel like a hipster. I was like, yeah, I got a podcast. I just dropped it in conversation. I actually started a podcast. So,
Yeah, it's like that a little bit, because you like a podcast, like what y'all are talking about? I don't know. That's the weirdest thing. It's like when people ask you, like, well, what is the podcast about? And it's like,
whatever, everything, a little bit of everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Nothing's off limits. So yeah, it's gonna be good, man. So yeah, everybody that's watching, definitely appreciate you guys coming back. But so Avery, man, tell me what's going on with you this week, man. What's new?
So kind of the first week of the semester started back. For graduate students, we don't really have off time specifically. However, my boss, so my professor that I work with, she was out of town for a long time. And so I was out of town. Or actually, I was in town too, but I wasn't out of town.
Don't get caught. I was out of town too.
No, but I was out of town. I went on a cruise a couple of weeks back. I went to Canada over the Christmas break, things like that. But anyways, I hadn't really been doing too much. And so really starting this weekend, I started grinding. So even Sunday, I was in lab all day. So after midnight to try to get something done to get ready to show her. So it's the first week back. Funny enough, too, I shared this with you too, bro. When I went into lab, my boss was like, so on Monday, she's like, oh, Avery, I like your new haircut. And so it's funny because, yeah, that's what she said. I like your new haircut. And this is this is an older Caucasian woman. I'm like, well, first of all, it's not a haircut at all. Actually, I need a cut. I just haven't done anything to my hair. It's just long. And she's like, oh, I like your haircut. I was like, this is not a haircut, ma'am. This is
the style, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just show you the little cultural differences.
They call it. You should tell her they call that woofing.
Woofing? Hey, man, I don't know what this is. But I know I need a haircut. So she was like, I need like your new haircut. I was like, yo, this ain't even that. I need one bad. So maybe next week. By next week, y'all should see it a little chopped down. So, what about you, man?
It's funny you say that, man, because 2023 just started. And I kind of had a crazy December. My birthday was there. We had a couple different trips. And it's been kind of tough for me to get ramped up for the new year as well. So probably every week since the new year started, it's going to be a little bit more productive and a little bit more productive. And so everything's cool, man. I mean, for me, it's just about business right now, trying to figure out some other properties to buy. I want to kind of increase my portfolio a little bit, maybe even pick up another fix and flip. For y'all that don't know, real estate investor, primarily is my full-time job. But so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. Now it's just trying to get in the swing of things, man, get things in order, get things in place. And it's been cool. It's been a slow ramp up, slower than I thought. Everybody says 2023, as soon as it hit, and it was on a Monday too. As soon as it hits, we're going to get on the ground running, but that ain't happened. So, but it's all good, though. It's all good, man.
I think I overheard someone at the store. They were talking about how, I don't know. They were kind of excited to get back working. I couldn't relate. I was like, nah, if I can keep on vacation forever, I'm enjoying myself, But they were like, nah, it's kind of tough.
If your boss stay out of town, and you can stay out of town,
I would be right out of town too, my boy. What you mean? Oh, one thing though, we did see each other last week, man. So we live in different cities now, but we did see each other last week.
That was good.
My brother graduated from being a paramedic. He's a paramedic now, and so the whole family showed up. That was pretty cool.
Shout out to Aaron, man.
Shout out to Aaron, paramedic now, dog. Super proud of you, man. So it was cool to see the family too last week, man. It was all of us out there. I was just even thinking too, because I think Aaron was sharing with his classmates, like, oh, he's gonna have like 10 people showing up. And it was a really small graduation. I think it was maybe like 7 other paramedics that graduated. So just like 7 people graduated or so. And so we definitely had a lot of support there. And I think it was just cool, the family coming out to support each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And to show love.
Yeah.
That was real cool.
It was really quick too, man. Like it was very efficient. Probably the most efficient meetup we ever had, like as a unit. And we got there, went to the ceremony, got something to eat, and everybody went home.
Everyone
but it was
went
really
separate ways after, yeah.
It was really dope to catch up with you guys and see you in person, man. It's always good. Always good, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Like I said, my wife, Ashley, the lovely Ashley, has got some would you rather questions for us this week. We don't really know what these are, so we're going to get into them, get them live and see, what we think. Let's get into it.
All right. The lovely Ashley. I need that intro all the time.
I got you, baby.
All right. Would you rather spend a week in the forest or a night in a real haunted house? I think I know the answer to this one for both of y'all, but let's see.
All right. We're going to see.
What's it for you, bro?
Why you say it like that?
Well, what's it for you? She said she thinks she know. I don't know if she know. Listen. Okay.
I think she know. I mean, she probably know me for sure. I ain't been in no haunted house, bro. Period. I'm not. Forget spend a week. I'm not spending a moment. I'm not walking in there. Like there's no way you're getting me inside that home at any point in time. So
she could have said a month in the forest. A night in a haunted house? Give me a month, son. Give me a month.
She could have said your childhood in the forest and one night. Nah, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it, man.
Too scared. Yeah, actually, that's funny. Listen, so I guess I can share this too. So I went to Haiti on a mission trip, and in Haiti, there's a lot of voodoo. There's a lot of believers and Christians too, but a lot of voodoo, man. And so I was kind of like, it was kind of wild because while we were driving through, they were like, yo, you see that flag over there? It's like, yeah, what's that? This big flag on the building. Like, yeah, that's a voodoo temple over there. Like, oh, okay. Voodoo temple.
I'm good.
Drive a little further. You see that one over there? Another one, son. And so there were some wild stories, man. Some wild stories. Wild stories I heard.
Did you go in one, son?
Heck no. What I look like, son? Heck no. We ain't going one, man.
I thought that was the reason you was bringing it up in the story. I tell you this. I went inside. I was like, yo,
I'll tell you this, though. Here's what I told you. So listen, I don't know how this going, listen, they were telling me stories about people like getting kind of turned into animals and stuff like that. And I kid you not, dog, late at night, maybe like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you hear the animals going crazy, cows, chickens, dogs, all kind of stuff. I'll be in that joint like, oh, snap.
Where was this at?
I was in Haiti, bro. I was in the middle of nowhere, Haiti, too, bro. It was in the middle of nowhere.
So. No, I'm just noting down where not to be, son.
Listen, and it's funny,
1 or 2 o'clock in the morning?
Listen, bro, that joint was crazy, man. That joint was crazy. And it's so much so, man, I know, like, even sometimes to use the bathroom, I was staying in a tent with my homeboy, and I had to wait to, yo, wake up, son. I gotta go to the bathroom. I ain't about to get out this tent.
You need somebody to accompany you? To use
100%. Wait, it's dark out here. Yo, wake up, my boy. We got to go to the bathroom.
We got to go.
So, yo, that being said, give me that forest all day, every day.
All day.
In the forest.
Easy work. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could, even, bro, you could say, you can make it real crazy too, man. Because, I like to kind of try to break, like we said last week, right? A good would you rather is the question that you have to pause to think about. Like, when it's not just immediate. So let's say if you didn't say forest, you say like a cemetery or a haunted house. I'm still taking a cemetery.
Absolutely, I'm still taking. I'm gonna be scared though. If I ain't got no,
it's not gonna be a fun time. I mean, bro, the forest not gonna be a fun time.
No, I was gonna have a tent though. If I had a tent, because I went camping maybe over the summer.
That's not, bro. That's not what it says, bro. You can't say I'm going. Nah, come on.
I'm in the forest, dog. What you talking about? I'm in a tent in the forest. Okay,
that's not what it said.
If I don't got, so you talking about no protection? I might need to take that haunted house, keep that door open, my boy. What you mean? Keep all the lights on. Keep that front
That's the thing. In a haunted house, you can never keep the door open, bro. You know that.
Or if it start closing now, I'm gonna run out there and try and go to the forest.
It's a wrap. Once it start closing, it's a wrap.
that door
It's over
closed?
for you.
That's
It's
a fact. No,
It's
I'll
over.
probably sleep on a porch. I'll probably sleep on a porch in a haunted house.
You crazy. You crazy, boy.
Dude, if I'm in a
We can
forest
do
with no tent or nothing, dog, that's crazy. No tent.
People do it all the time, man.
They ain't my kind of people.
You gotta make a shelter. You gotta make a shelter somehow, bro.
I went out there
You gotta
camping, bro.
do it.
There weren't no big trees like you think. Like as far as like that you can chop down or move aside. You ain't making no shelter out there, son. You ain't making no shelter. Give me that porch of the haunted house then, if that be the case. If I gotta sleep outside, I might take that porch.
Hey, you got it. You got it. All right, what's next? What's next, baby?
Yeah, I already knew the answer. I know y'all don't play.
Nah, I ain't doing no haunted house.
Yeah.
It's over.
Okay, so the next one is, would you rather have a pause button or a rewind button in your life?
Okay. So
Okay.
I can tell you off the rip. I need some qualifying. I need some more details. Like pause. What does it mean to pause?
I got you here. I got you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. So I was thinking that, okay, if you have a pause button, though, there's been a lot of times I wish for a pause button. Once again, when I'm behind on work, like up against the gun, I'm like, bro, if I could just pause for like a few hours, or sometimes I'm thinking if I could pause for like 3 days and catch up, if I could just really pause for 3 days and do everything I need to do, that'd be kind of clutch. So I think it's like that movie Click. I think he was able to pause or fast forward or rewind. He was able to do certain things, but then you saw that movie Click with Adam Sandler way back in the day?
Yeah, way back in the day. I seen it.
So you can pause and get stuff done. So like even I remember when he paused stuff, like
so are you pausing people? Like,
oh yeah, everything. Everything else pauses except you. So you can get stuff done, dog. You can get stuff done during that.
But I feel you on that. But think about this though. If you're rewinding, if you can go back in time, like what do you really need to pause for?
Because I might make the same choice again. So you know.
No, because this is what I'm saying. Think about this, right? Pause is like exactly what to do in the future. Oh, I stopped time, so I made a good decision. But that doesn't mean you're making a good decision.
That's a fact.
You can pause, slow down everything you want to, and still mess up. And guess what? If you can rewind, you can just go back and do it again. So, to me, there's just no value in pausing versus rewind because you could just do it anyway.
So with the rewind, are you saying no? Here's where I think there could be some value though, because I'm just thinking about it from like a work standpoint, right? If you had work to do, but you decided to like hang out instead, if you're doing anything with other people, if you like rewind and then okay, I hung out with them one time, then I get to rewind, I go back, now I'm doing my work. I don't have those memories, or at least the people don't have those memories of us kicking it, like for Aaron's thing or something like that. If I decided to, instead of driving that long way coming back, I did that joint and then I didn't do that joint, I don't get that. So I think there is some benefit to pausing that it allows you to be more productive, I think. Rewinding allows you to fix your mistakes. Pausing, you can be more productive.
But that's what I'm saying. You can be more productive, but just because you're productive or you're diligent don't necessarily mean that you're going to get it right. Like what good is like, man, I had enough time to do this assignment, but I still failed it. You see what I'm saying? Like you still hurt. Now you might be a little bit more hurt because you spent so much time, you paused everything just for an L. And you can't do nothing about it.
That's true. Well, listen, speaking about trying to tweak the question, what about if you got to choose between a pause, a rewind, or a fast forward button? Is it fast forward? You see any value in the fast forward button?
No, son. No, bro. Like, listen, think about it. Think about it. Everybody talks about it. It's like regrets. Don't dive into regrets. Like you don't want to have regrets. That means it's something that you decided to do that you wish you did. Mm-hmm. Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody would rather have the option to go back in time and say, like, bro, that was not it. I'm not doing that no more. Fast forward, like, bro, what you mean? Like, I just feel the worst. I
guess I'm thinking about it just from like, bro, in school, been in it for a long time, man. So if I could like sit down and fast forward through me working, you know what I'm saying, and come out the other side. But you're right, no, rewinding is good.
It's too good. It's too good. It's too good, actually. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This is something I also thought
about.
Get
rich, saying you can. Hey, I know who won the game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, financially, let's go.
That's what I'm saying. It's too much. It's too much. Fast forward ain't gonna help you with that.
Listen though. I thought about something, bro. I have this thing. I don't know if you ever heard people say this. You ever hear people be saying, "Yo, I got no regrets"?
Yeah.
I hate that junk from the depths of my soul.
Why?
How you have no regrets? How you
It's
have,
easy, bro.
bro?
I mean, it's not easy, but it's possible.
Bro, listen, this is the thing. Like, even like Draymond, right? I think when Draymond punched Jordan Poole, he was like, I mean, I don't regret it. Like, what are you talking about, dude? It's okay to say, you know what, I would have did something differently. So when people say that drink, because in one breath, they'll be like, you know what? If I wish I could do this drink, but at the end of the day, no regrets. Like, you can still have regrets and still be right with the way your life is going. You can, it don't mean like, oh, you're a terrible person, but to be like, I got no regrets, that means you've done everything perfectly. So that's why I hate
No. That's not what that means, bro. That's not what that means. To say that you have no regrets means that you're not shaming yourself. You're it's essentially like you're okay with what you did and the justification of why you did it. You're not happy with it. You might have done it differently, but no regrets is like, hey, like I struggled my whole life, but at the end of the day, I learned so many lessons through that struggle, and it made me the person I am today. Do they want the struggle? No. Are they happy about it? No, but they don't have a regret because ultimately they believe that they got to a place where they wanted to be. I think that's what people are saying when they say no regrets. Not necessarily like I'm perfect. Like I don't think anybody's saying that.
But I think I've heard it more so in the context of like a bad thing happened, and I feel like it's okay to have like make peace with it. Like, you know what, maybe not blaming yourself.
Yeah.
But the thing where you talk about people have a rewind button, if I had a chance to go back, I would do things differently. To me, that's a regret right there. They don't mean it's bad. Like, it don't have to be like something huge. That's a regret. If you have anything, you can go back and be like, you know what, I would handle it differently. And so I'm pretty sure. Sorry, Draymond, if you ever hear this, I'm pretty sure it's what he's like. Yo, I don't regret the situation.
Sorry, Draymond.
Sorry, Draymond. So if you hear this, but listen, I'm like, yo, how do you not regret? Don't you not wish you punched this dude? It's okay to be like, you know what, I probably shouldn't have punched this dude. If I can go back, I would have punched him. But it'd be like,
but that's the thing. You talking about Draymond Green? He might not have wish he didn't punch the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did punch him intentionally. He snuck him too. So he might have actually meant to do that. No regrets.
So going back, all the backlash repercussions, like, nah, so I'll do it again. I guess, man. But to me,
all things considered, it wasn't that bad. He's still chilling.
No, he's still chilling.
And he got his point across. And he probably don't have to do it no more.
No, he ain't gonna try for whatever happened. He ain't gonna try.
Whatever happens, somebody can know.
Sure.
Draymond might fly off on you, so might chill, man.
For sure. Hit us with the next one.
All right, what's next, man?
All right. So, would you rather lose all your teeth or lose a day of your life every time you kiss someone?
Okay, hold up 1 second. This is important.
I know what you're gonna ask. Can you get dentures? That's what you're about to ask? Can I get false?
No, that's not what I'm about to ask at all. I'm asking for my points. When you said would you rather on the last one, did you choose pause or you choose rewind initially?
No, the rewind makes sense. The rewind makes sense for sure.
Did it make sense because I explained it to make sense, or it made sense because that's what you chose initially? Because I need my point.
Oh, I didn't think I was just I don't know, but I'm pretty sure rewind makes sense. Rewind makes sense. Like I said, pausing would make sense in this season of my life right now, but then I would go back and have a regret that I didn't choose rewind after once I finished school. Like, man, I ain't even working that hard no more, So yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You worried about that now, but saying in about 10 years you might not even be working in your field, and you be like, bro, like I used that pause for this, like it didn't even really matter.
Now
that rewind button, take you back in time, and you be like, I'm not even doing school.
Hold on now. Well, here's the only thing with the rewind. Well, we can move on. We can move on.
All right, yeah, we'll move on. I needed the record to state.
True. Yeah, okay.
Where you was at?
You kind of helped out with that one. Rewind for sure.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. All right. Sorry, babe. Tell us one more time. The new one.
Okay. Would you rather lose all your teeth or lose a day of your life every time you kiss someone?
All right. So can we get dentures? Can I get a denture false teeth in there or not?
I say that's breaking it, man. You gotta actually live.
All right. So I just got gums. Nothing else. I'm gonna have to lose a day of my life every time I kiss someone, man. I'm gonna have
I think so too. I think that's just. I mean, one, you can control it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to lose a tooth because you want to kiss somebody that bad, you can make that the choice. But
it's a day of your life, bro. Not a tooth.
Oh, my fault.
You lose a day of your life every time you kiss someone.
Even that's it. It's still a choice. Like even if it's just like, all right, I think I'm gonna live a long time, but I really like this is. I mean, almost kind of, you know what I'm saying, almost kind of smooth. Like, listen, I will literally take life off. You know what I'm saying, to kiss you one time. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of smooth a little bit.
Man, you been that drop dead in the middle of that makeout session, bro. What you talking about?
Bro, if you only had one day, you might as well at that point. If that one day was it, hey, you know what I'm saying? No regrets.
See, that's the thing. Then they die, but actually, I regret that joint, yo. In retrospect, I probably wouldn't have kissed it. That's what I'm saying. They say no regrets, but you got regrets. It's fine. It's fine.
You said, then they die and say, actually, I regretted it. Okay, bro.
That's what they're gonna be saying. Oh, man, listen, in retrospect, I probably shouldn't have kissed this person.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go with the lose a day of your life, man, because like I said, it's just more control. Like I can kind of control that, and it's just a day, like, bro.
How many times you see yourself kissing it? Just on anniversaries or what, man? What you thinking, bro? Or not even then, huh? What you
bro? It might. I mean, it might be. I might have to keep it to a minimum. Like, think about it, because 7 times is a week.
You talking about daily? You definitely can't be kissing no weekly basis, bro. What you mean?
No, I'm saying if you kiss 7 times, that's a week off your life.
Okay, yeah.
So like in the scheme of your whole life, you're like, man, like a week, that's a long time. Like about 5 days, about 2, 3, 4, 5 days. You know what I'm saying? Like it.
Can you still get kissed though? Can you still, like, on the face, cheek, and something like that? Can you still get kissed? Serious question.
I can't. I would probably have to say you can't get kissed on the lips. Like somebody can't kiss you on the lips and be like,
for sure.
That probably wouldn't count. Because it says you kiss someone, right? That's an action of you actually, using your lips. So I probably can't say that, but like I don't see why somebody couldn't kiss you on the forehead or something like that.
Nah, I would take that too. Lose a day of my life and I just restrain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't be walking around no teeth, bro. That's just not what you want, son. You might not get to kiss nobody if you ain't had no teeth. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but there's what are you
trading off, son?
There's a way to talk and maneuver that people may not realize for real. You can kind of talk and hold your mouth in a certain way. People may not realize you don't got no teeth. For real.
Bruh. Son.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, dude. You just can't. The way we talking now, you can't talk like this.
No, bro. Listen, bro.
I'm telling you.
Stop it, bro.
All right, bro.
There ain't no way, bro. Listen, your whole jaw structure, like, where'd you go?
You just kind of, well, I don't know.
I ain't doing this.
I've just seen it, bro. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen it, dude. I've seen it.
Where?
I'm not at liberty to say right now, but just know I've seen it, my boy. Listen, I've seen it.
I don't know, man. I gotta. You gonna have to prove that one, bro. I'm gonna need some footage. Okay. I'm gonna need a Google image or something, man, because I'm pretty sure your whole profile, like, bro, your tongue, like everything, just the acoustics in your mouth is gonna be.
No, they didn't talk with their mouth closed though. It wasn't like they was like ventriloquist. There wasn't that, but they just talked in a way you couldn't, like, I guess the lips were a little closer together.
All their teeth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's possible, man. Bro. When you laugh, you hit them with this. You laugh, you be like, oh. We see plenty of people do that. Hit them with the laugh like this.
I mean, yeah, man, but nah, son. Nah, bro. I don't think like they're gonna know. They're gonna know. Like there's no way you can like finesse that. You're not finessing
no teeth,
a full. Yeah, nah, you're not doing that, bro. So I don't see it. All right. So wait. Look, man, because we gotta keep you honest. So the first one we said the first one we said the Forrest. The second one you said pause. Rewind. No, I said rewind. This one we both said. And then
here I'm talking about lose a day of every time I kiss. Lose a day.
All right, cool. All right, what's next, babe?
All right. Would you rather spend a year at war or a year in prison?
It's tough now. This is tough.
It's tough. Oh, that's a tough one.
Listen, being candid, bro, going to jail, one of my biggest fears on this earth. I'm being honest with you now. That haunted house scary, jail scary too, my boy. So listen, this is tough.
That's what it should have been. what
Huh?
was it? A night in prison or a night in the haunted house?
Oh, prison, man. What? Yo, send me to the block. Send me to the what's it called? Solitary confinement. Go in there. Yo, solitary confinement.
Okay.
One
So
night.
you got haunted house ranked scarier.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But that's kind of like you
I'm
can
just
control
asking. You said it was scary too.
Yeah, but I can control. Same way we talked about. I can control. I'm not gonna walk into no haunted house, son. Like, come on now. But jail, being a black man, you never know, son. The way life might happen, bro. Sometimes it might be out of my control a little bit. It's mostly in my control, but it could be out of it a little bit. But listen,
I feel that.
war.
So
It depends on what type of war now.
Yeah.
If it's like now war for the U.S. and I'm just stationed somewhere else, probably give me that joint. But if it's like
I can't, man. Like you got to make these honest. You got to keep these joints honest, right? So let's just say we can't say best case scenario, because then you got to have best case scenario in prison. Like, oh, what if I'm in a minimum security prison and I'm on parole?
if it's worst case scenario
like,
both, you probably got to go prison.
You got to keep it. You got to go somewhere. You know.
Worst case scenario, like World War II, D-Day, like 100,000 people died, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in like the worst of it, son, you probably can still make it out of jail.
Bro. It's ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's the ugliest.
It is. So I if I have to take actually, if it's worst case for both, right?
Worst case for prison too. Son.
Worst case also mean you somebody bottom, son. That's the worst case, bro. So and that be the case, go ahead and send me the war. If it's worst case, like
take me out the game, son.
You got your hand in somebody else's pocket, son. Yo, put your hand right here, son. Put your hand right here. Follow me around. Heck no. Heck no. But then you can also think, man, worst case, you a POW. So heck no to that too, son. Worst case at war, you a POW, man. Prisoner of war. So
you be in prison. Yeah, that is the worst case, bro. Torture. Man, I don't know. This is tough, and it's a year. Mm-hmm. It's a year. I think what I'm saying, when you start getting into stuff like this, it's tight. You got to like break down like, what's the end goal? Are you trying to survive, or are you trying to, like PTSD? Like,
true.
Like, what do you want your life to look like after you get out? Either one of these situations is what you got to almost ask yourself.
Well, I would think, though, here's what I'm thinking, though. So maybe let me think of best case, right? Best case, even like a minimum security joint where it's kind of like slight, I would still take war because, if I'm just overseas somewhere, but we're not really like engaging with the people like that. We just in the middle, we have people in our family to be overseas. I think even I asked them, was really seeing action like that. They were like, nah, the person did IT and stuff like that. They were in a war zone technically, but they weren't, you know what I'm saying? So to me, either one, you can't go wherever you want, but usually at least I would imagine have a little more freedom at war than prison because I don't know. You could just maybe call a little more easy. You see what I'm saying? You might got Wi-Fi.
Are you? How about this? Are you still in the services? Like at the end of the year, like, and are you still a criminal? You know what I'm saying? After you got out of prison, like, are you still?
Yo, listen, I watched them.
Yeah, if that's the question, son. You
still get in the military, bro. Listen, you can't get
no job.
That's what I'm
saying. You can't
get no job, bro.
You can't get no job.
I see them.
Tough, man.
What's them commercials every day? Like, hey, man, my granddad served in the army, and now I got health insurance. Yo, give me that job. I get them little benefits.
Yeah.
My granddad was in the war, and now I can buy a house. Hey,
USAA, son.
USAA, yeah. Hey, that sounds kind of smooth.
My granddad was in the war, and now I can buy a house.
Ain't that how the commercials be? It be someone way distance, like, yo, the benefits still carrying on. That's crazy. I need to join myself. Yo, great grandkid got a lick, son. What in the world? USA. They got members only. Members only. Yeah, they got. That's funny, man.
Yeah, that's wild. Nah, but I think, bro, I think you're right, man. I think what it is I think war can be uglier than prison. I just think the PTSD, man, like the scenarios that people are talking about, it can be like you say, you can get captured, tortured, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm.
Prison, it's kind of a cap. Like, it's bad, but like, it's not just like endless you know what I'm saying, craziness, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like you have a better chance. Give me the war, man. I think
I'm gonna take the war. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
take
have
the
to take
war
the
too.
war.
I'm gonna take the war.
At least you got at least you like honor, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go out, it's like, yo, like
Facts.
some honors in there, son. So that almost by itself might make it an easy one, so
Facts. I'm gonna take the same thing, man. I'm gonna take the same thing to war as well.
for sure.
So listen,
I'm with it.
moving into our sports segment for the week. It was a big week in the NFL playoffs, which we'll get to in a little bit, but also a big week for a former NFL player, Shannon Sharpe. And so for those who don't know, there was a game between the LA Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies on this past Friday night. And an incident happened where pretty much Shannon Sharpe was kind of getting into it with the whole Memphis Grizzlies at halftime. And so I got these little reports here of what happened. Basically, Shannon Sharpe was talking junk to Dylan Smoke. And so here's Shannon Sharpe's account, a recount of the story. This is him speaking at halftime to Dave Minman. He said this. They didn't want this smoke, Dave. They do all that jockeying and talking, and I ain't about that jockeying. It started with Dylan Brooks. I said he was too small to guard LeBron. He said, F me. I said, F you back. He started to come at me, and I said, you don't want these problems. And then Ja came out of nowhere talking. He definitely don't want these problems. Then his dad came, and he obviously don't want no problems. But I wanted anything they had. Don't let these fools fool you now. Ain't that funny?
Yo, Shannon Sharpe is hilarious. First of all, saying like the way he use his words, like even on the show, is so crazy.
He don't want no problems. He definitely don't want no problems. Now listen,
and I wanted anything they had.
I wanted anything they had. That's crazy though, because Shannon Sharpe, he played tight end in the NFL. He's super yoked, even now he in his 50s, but he's super yoked up and stuff like that. And so it's funny though, because even with this incident, bro, if you watch the video, I definitely recommend people to watch the video because it was pretty crazy. Steven Adams was like a 7-footer. He's like a 7-footer. Yeah. People said, he ain't say nothing about Steven Adams. Why ain't he mention Steven Adams?
Steven Adams big, yo. Like that's a big dude.
He ain't mentioned nothing.
I was actually watching that game live. Okay. I was watching it like real time, and I was like watching. I was like, "Yo, what's going on over here?" Like, man, when everybody got up, and then Ja Morant dad, which is I don't know why Ja Morant dad be in everything, bro, but he got up and was talking, and I was like, bro, I don't know. I didn't know what happened at the time. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't really know until like maybe the next day, like what was even said. But that was crazy, man. I mean, it's crazy for somebody of his stature, like his like he has a platform. Like I was surprised that it really went there, honestly. Like I'm surprised it got that heated in the NBA game for really nothing, especially when you see like what they was talking about. Like, yo, he was just talking smack on the game about the game. The fan talked smack back. And then really, for all intents and purposes, Shannon Sharpe escalated the situation.
You think so? Not Dylan Brooks? If he said to me, first, and I respect, because to me, if I trash talk, say you can't guard somebody, that's fair. That's fair to me, It's disrespectful, but it's fair, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. And he said F you, which is disrespectful.
But it's way more disrespectful if you can't guard somebody, you know what I'm saying? It's more disrespectful, son.
But when you start to get in a disrespectful match, like who it always escalates, right? Like what I'm saying is it could have been very easy, if Shannon Sharpe said something to him, right? He disrespected him. I mean, it was even crazier. I think like even when it was all said and done, it was like Dylan Brooks had like said something disrespectful about him as a player.
Let me read that. Let me see. This was funny. Let me read what Dylan Brooks said. This is after the game. So Lakers ended up winning the game. They were down at halftime. They won the game. So this is after the game, post game. Dylan Brooks says this. He said, "I ain't talking about that. You can ask him. He's the blogger or whatever he is. I don't really care about all that." Next question. Why you call him a blogger? You know good well Shannon ain't no blogger. This boy got a hit TV show. He on that every day, Monday through Friday. He's a blogger. So you ask him, the blogger.
That was a little that was a little jab.
Facts.
Nah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just disrespect, man. Like when it start rolling, man, ain't nobody knows where it's gonna go. So I feel like for Shannon Sharpe, understanding his platform, understanding like his position, like if you call somebody on the court and belittle their craft, like they're gonna take that personally.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So when he came back to you with something, that was what he felt was worthy of the disrespect, like he didn't necessarily have to go back at him and make this whole thing. I mean, I think even in his apology, that's kind of what he said. He was like, "Hey, I escalated the situation." He could have de-escalated. He could have easily just sat down and was like, "Hey, man, I did say something wild. Don't talk to me like that." But you ain't had to like step on the court, start pushing refs out the way. Like, I mean, dude,
it was really to me, bro. I thought for one, I feel like people really loved it. And so even as you got a chance, you could put up Shannon Sharpe in a cardigan. That picture was going around with him at the incident, kind of looking up like, you know what I'm saying? People was talking about that.
Good for TV.
To me, I thought it was good for TV. No one got hurt. It wasn't see me outside, I'm going to kill you. No guns, no actual violence. Like people crowded up. But to me, I feel like just being a fan of the game, even though born in the 90s, I do like when players used to get into it a little more. Now that they're regulated the game so much, when players trash talk each other now, it's like technical. Like, bro, they just nothing even happened. You give them 2 texts, and now they can't really get. So I do personally like seeing that as a fan. And I feel like the fans, people were going on about it like, it was entertaining, and then no one got hurt. So to me, it was cool. It was fun, man. It was a moment.
No. Don't get me wrong, man. Like I don't mind the the trash talk. Like trash talk is in everything. You talking about we playing spades. He's like, hey man, like, yeah, it's cool. It adds some little fuel to the game, the competitive spirit. What I'm saying is like, man, like if you got to have the whole roster and the security staff and the refs pulling you back, like that's when it's just like, yo, we just doing a lot for some trash talk. Like you said, like I wanted everything they had. Like, bro, you was trying to fight out here, like, and you got to believe them to some degree, because, bro, like,
but to me,
that moment at the least,
I think they gassed it a little bit though. Everyone coming on to me made it bigger because they said Shannon was just there with his stylist. I think he was there with his stylist or whatever. So to me, Shannon, although he stepped a little bit on the court, we see fans a little bit, but he wasn't like running out like Isaiah Stewart last year when LeBron attacked him.
Yeah,
that was like, yo, he going crazy.
Nah, he was going.
He had the blood dripping from him. You can even throw that here in the video. He had a little blood dripping. My boy was running all crazy after LeBron. Teammate that to like tackle it. So Shannon was kind of like, yeah, let's go. But it's like, I don't think it would have came to blows. Well, at least I don't see Shannon. I don't see Shannon would have swung on him. Maybe Dylan Brooks, because I'm being disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe Dylan Brooks would have did it.
It's true.
I mean, man, that's what I'm saying. You start getting a disrespectful match, and people start enclosing on each other. Now you, like we said, Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? Like where you don't know necessarily where that line is when somebody starts to kind of get into your space. Shannon, more specifically, talked about it on the show. Like when Draymond Green did the thing, he was like, "Hey, I don't know how Poole did that because somebody come in my space.
Absolutely, I'm
letting off on them."
That's true. But to me, it was like 30 people. That's what I'm saying. That was what made it look bigger, since it was really between 2 guys. For like 30 people to come, it's like, bro, now it looks like it looked like 2 posses or something going at it when it's really like 2 guys. You know what I'm saying? And Shannon don't even have a posse with them. It ain't like my crew against your crew. It's like training staff, security, all the Grizzlies with you, and it's just Shannon by himself. You know what I'm saying?
That's fact. I don't know. Like I say, I didn't think it was like that big a deal, but I was a little surprised that Shannon Sharpe went like that far. Like I said, like he just like I said, you could talk, but like, bro, man stood up and was like, "Yo, come over here." Like I was like, "All right," you know what I'm saying? I'm watching this real time. I'm like, "Yo, okay, doing a lot," but ain't nobody fighting out there on the NBA court, man, like that. It's very rare.
Let me say this, bro. Speaking of doing a lot, I actually think the apology was a lot personally. So on Monday,
it was.
To me, that apology, first of all, to set the context, is about 3 minutes long. Way too long. This man apologized to who he apologized to? The Lakers, the Crypto.com workers,
LeBron James,
LeBron, his stylist. He apologized to Ja Morant. He apologized to his own grandkid. He said, one day my grandkid might see this, and if you see this, I don't want you to think this is who your granddad is. I'm like, you going to me? it was like the most you could apologize for anything. Like if he would have killed someone, that's the apology you give. Like that literally the same apology. That's the same thing you give there. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it was like just trash talk, no word, I mean, no hands were exchanged. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think no threats of like super violence were exchanged. He kind of like story crazy, dog, to me. The talent.
All right, listen, this is what I'm saying, but it was just a bad look for his image. Like you got to understand, he got a job.
True.
So he probably played it safe. Was like, listen, I'm not gonna leave. Especially like think about it, right? Like you think about the context of this. Skip had the incident with him. He had the incident a couple weeks ago, and and Shannon was like on him about like your platform and like your position and the network and all this other stuff. So he couldn't then come out and be lackluster in his apology, and I feel like he overplayed it. I would say
if you would have like stopped, like, dude, your stylist, people were gassing him up like, yo, that cardigan was fire. His stylist might know what he's doing, son. So to me, his stylist got that. You know
it got him some
absolutely.
Yeah. But nah, I feel it was a little much. It was a little much apology, but I think, like I said, I think he just played it safe, given his platform, man. I just think that's what it was.
True. Okay, that's fair, man. That's fair. But yo, we love Unc on the show, man, on the podcast.
Shannon's he's hilarious, man. Hilarious. Gotta be easily the most entertaining.
What?
Gotta be like entertaining.
I'll probably put Charles Barkley #1 and Shannon 2. I got still Chuck #1. Chuck to me hilarious, man. They just on once a week. Shannon gets you every day. You know what I mean?
Charles Barkley, they funny, man, but I don't know. Charles don't be, I don't know, man. I get it. He's funny though. I get it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because
Shannon, I can rock with that.
Okay, yeah. No, they dope, man. So they dope. Okay, keeping it in the sports theme. Keeping in the sports themes here. So NFL playoffs are going on, and my guy Tom Brady. I got a jersey upstairs on my wall. That's my guy, my favorite NFL player all time, Tom Brady, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They lost. Don't shake your head at that, bro. Hold on. Let's shake your heads, man. Yo, this guy don't greatness. They don't even know good stuff, man. Listen, all right.
Nah, man. Like we knew this was coming. Like,
listen. Okay, we didn't quite know because let me set the context for everybody. So the Tampa Bay Bucks lost to the Cowboys in the playoffs last week here. And Tom Brady had a down year. It was his first ever losing season. The Bucks went 8-9. So he's played in the NFL for 23 years, a long time. Tom Brady also 45 years old. Yeah, no, he's 45 years old, still playing. And so they lost, and he had a really down season. But what I wanted to talk to you about is this, man. A couple things here. Tom Brady's universally recognized as the greatest player of all time. He's got 7 Super Bowl rings. No one else has more than 5. Only one player has 5. He's been to the Super Bowl 10 times. No one else has been more than 6. So the gap between him and whoever, he's been recognized as the GOAT. And so a few things I wanted to talk to you about here, just get your thoughts about, bro, is also one thing that happened this season is that he divorced his wife. His wife, the supermodel Gisele Bündchen.
Wait. He divorced his, he did he?
Sorry, she divorced him. She filed
okay, I'm about to say.
For divorce. She divorced him, and because basically this has been a long thing for years now, even back to when Tom Brady played for the Patriots. There was reports because he released a documentary, I think maybe in 2018, called Tom versus Time. I don't know if you remember that. It was on Facebook. It was a Facebook TV show that he had. He was talking about kind of like defeating Father Time and keep on playing. And even in the show, then his wife was like, yo, Tom, come on, retire. Like, what else you got left to prove? What else you got left to prove? And he was like, nah, baby, give me like 1 more year, 2 more years. And it's been like a lot of years since then. So this has been a battle behind the scenes, and it kind of, came out to light now. And so I just wanted to think, what do you think about the situation? Would you have walked away for your family, knowing your wife is like, listen, we need to come home? They have, I think, 3 kids and different ages. They're a little bit older now, like in their teens or young teens. And she's like, hey, come home, spend time with the family. Plus
it's been long enough, pretty much.
It's been long enough. And he's been pushing it, like I said, for years. And he keeps winning, too. He just won 2 years ago, won another Super Bowl. And so, what you think, man?
Man, I think I've had this conversation before. I don't know who it's with. Maybe my mom. Maybe it was you. I don't know. But, man, I mean, I think it's tough, right? Of course, it's a tough spot, so I don't want to be like, okay, this is easy. Like, would you rather? Like, not easy, this one. No. But I think it's a tough spot. But ultimately, I think for a person of his caliber, right? Like you're talking about, he ran off all his stats. Once in a generation, once in a lifetime individual at a particular sport. Like, he was literally created to do this and nothing else. Like, I mean, he has to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Players like Jordan, LeBron, like these are like just once in a lifetime individuals, right? I feel like it's hard for your spouse, like your significant other, the person who's supposed to like understand you and know you the most, to tell you like, listen, like, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's hard. Like, I feel like that's, I don't know, that doesn't feel right to me personally. Like this is what I was born to do, and I can't do it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if I can still do it, like, I gotta do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I understand dynamics. Like, I don't have kids. I am married, but I just don't know, man. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I just feel like if you're that great at something that you do, if you're fulfilled in it, if you love it, if it's a part of you and you can still do it, and it's not really like detrimental, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be different. Like, if it was like, hey, like, you know, my kid is terminally ill and this is their last moments, and I'm spending it in the Super Bowl, or I'm in the playoffs, or I'm not, like, in these very important moments, like very critical moments. Like, I think that's a different question, a different matter of priorities. But I think in, like, just in general, man, like, bro, dude is the greatest. Let him be the greatest as long as he wants to be the greatest.
So I think I definitely see both sides. So I guess I give the other side. I feel like she was saying, like, listen, you need to come home, because in playing a quarterback in the NFL specifically, it takes a lot of your time. Like, mentally, it was even documented in the show. Like, he's like early into the arena. Maybe he'll stay late, or even he'll come home. He'll still be watching film of the games to get ready and stuff like that. And so it consumes a large part of his life, especially during the season. But even off season, he don't all the way stop either. So it's basically taking up a large part of your life. Going back to Shannon as well. Shannon has been noted saying, like, hey, he told whoever he was dating at the time, like, whenever he was in NFL playing, Shannon Sharpe made the Hall of Fame, but he said the amount of work he put in football, he said, whoever comes in my life, you got to know you're number two. Like, you'll never be number one. Football is number one for right now. And so if Tom Brady's like that with his family, after now getting all that claim, because I think it's one thing to be on the grind, like, hey, I'm trying to provide for my family, but they're hundreds of millions dollars up. She even got hundreds of millions dollars herself. So it's not a financial thing. It ain't like, hey, I really have to grind.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a financial thing. And he's already considered the greatest ever. And he's already played a long time. So if you compact all of these things, it's like, bro, at what point, especially if you had an agreement, like, yo, this is taking up so much of your time, maybe even while you're home, you're absent-minded, you're not really here with us. And if we said a while ago, I know you have a passion for it, I know you're still good, but yo, come on, like, the family at this point should be more important. So for me, I think I personally, but also I don't have that drive as Brady, because one thing too, a lot of these really, really great people, even sometimes these titans in the industry, they kind of wired a little bit different, you know what I'm saying?
The competitive juices are essentially what made them great. Kobe, the commitment, Jordan, the commitment, LeBron, the commitment, right? It's the commitment that person has to their craft, and it's just too. That's why I'm on that other side, because I'm like, look, man, like, you have. I'm not saying that your family's not important and your family should be number one, but I almost feel like your family, to a degree, has to understand.
Really?
To a degree, like, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's very nuanced, right? Because I don't know the inner workings of a marriage relationship. I don't know just how absent this guy is, like Tom Brady is with his kids, and like how much his kids like need him and want him, or I don't know, right? So I don't know all the nuances, but I'm just saying, like, in general, man, like, you have a life. You feel like you're created to do something. You're fulfilled in what you do, and he's able to do it.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to do it forever. No matter how long he wants to, there's going to come a time where he's not able to.
Facts.
But as long as he feels like he's able to, I said it when he retired the first time. I was like, look, I don't think this guy's going anywhere, bro. Like I just don't think he's leaving because he was too close at that time, or he just won, or whatever the case was. It's like he either just won or it was too close. And I'm like, I just think he feels like he can do it still. And I think even Jordan did that, right? He done everything I could do, came back.
Came back, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, LeBron's still chugging away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
LeBron, yeah.
like the question will be asked to him, like, what else is left? You know, play with Bronny, do this, whatever. But the point of the matter is that this is what you sacrificed your entire life to do.
Sure.
This is what you've given years of your life to perfect, and you're the best at it. No one can do it like you can, and you can still do it. That's a very tough ask to ask somebody to do that. And even if he did do it because you asked him to do it, what person are you getting? You see what I'm saying?
True.
Resentful individual who's like, yeah, I'm doing this because you wanted to, not because I wanted to.
Sure.
And that's never what you want, and that's not what you want in marriage or any relationship. You don't want somebody doing something because you compel them to. You want them to do it because they want to. And so that's just my take on it, man. It's tough. I'm not saying it's like, yeah, but it's a tough one. But I just feel like
here's what I'm thinking though. Under that same spirit of football's not going to last forever. At some point, whether it's next year or 2 years from now, he will have to leave. Kind of leave. But to me now, he ain't got his wife. They've been rocking with him this whole time. Coming from a split family home, it's just gonna be different even for the kids. So my thing is like, it's like, will he look back? Speaking of the regrets thing, will he look back 6 years from now? Like, you know what, man, I probably should have walked.
You know what's crazy, bro?
I lost my family, kind of. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy, bro?
What's up?
He might not. No, I'm not like, bro. Listen, what I'm saying is like. Like just like Shannon Sharpe said, you said, "Hey man, it's number 2." Like in his mind, they could be number 2. I'm not saying it's right.
Ain't no good though. He's showing us with his action. This family number 2.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what I'm saying. When people say I don't live with no regrets, is what I'm saying is like he might be in a place where he's like, yo, like, what if he wins another ring?
But it don't do nothing, bro. It don't do nothing.
Yeah, it don't do nothing for you. You're not Tom Brady.
That's true.
It doesn't do nothing for the people. But Tom Brady's not doing what he's doing for you or the people.
Sure.
So you got to understand like what drives this individual, like what drives you, might not necessarily drive the next person. And so it's like if somebody was like to tell you like, hey man, like you've been in school for so long, you want to take up this thing, but like nah, like that's over now. Like don't do it because I don't want you to. Mm-hmm. Like that's not enough. Or hey man, you got money now. Like people do that all the time. Like people get money and they're financially set. They go back to college. They go. They do things that they want to do because they're motivated for whatever reason internally. And so it's like it's hard to attribute that to this individual just because he's like, hey man, you got everything you need. Like you did it. Like bro, maybe he don't feel like he did it. Like who is he comparing him to? He's comparing him to himself.
But here's the thing. Listen, like even LeBron, right? LeBron's got less championships than Jordan. So that's still a goal. And now he's also setting other goals for himself. Like, hey, I want to play with Bronny. I think that's a really nice goal to set. And hopefully he'll be able to do it. But to me, with Tom Brady, because I'm a fan, this is one thing he said, though. He did say this before. He said he wanted to play until he sucked. That was his thing. Hey, how long? Because before, like years ago, they asked him, how long you want to play? I want to play until I suck out there. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was a down year, he still was probably a top 15 quarterback. So he didn't quite suck yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, he was the second best quarterback in the league 2 years ago. And 3 years ago, they won a championship. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that's saying he probably sees that he's out. He's almost on his way out, but that's what I'm saying. He wants to go out on his terms. And I don't think that in a nutshell is bad. Now, you know what I'm saying? I understand the dynamic, and I can't really speak to that because I don't know the details, but in a nutshell, him wanting to do the thing that he loves and he sacrificed his whole life to do a little bit longer while he can, because it's not going to be forever. Mm-hmm. I can't say that. I can't really fault him for wanting to.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Whether he does or not, or his wife and family. I don't, that's hard to say, but it's tough. And that's what I'm saying. I think fundamentally your partner, if she really understand who he was, she probably would understand that that's a big ask. You know what I'm saying? And that it's still going to be temporary. It's still not. He's not going to be able to do it for forever, man.
True.
It's not going to be able to do it for forever. So that's what I'm saying. The question is is she going to regret it?
She regret leaving him? That's a good point. Like, you know what? He only did it for another 2 years, and now this family. Possible.
And he's 47. He was 45 when I divorced him. He's 47 now, and he's like, "Hey, I'm done. I don't have the itch anymore. I'm ready. Internally, I want to do this. I'm ready to commit to my family." And he was like, "Dang, I blew this whole thing up."
You know what's crazy though? You saying that sound kind of nuts though, a little bit. Like, hey, I'm 47 now. I'm ready to commit to my family. Like, it ain't one like I'm 31. I'm 27 now. I was young and dumb. Like, I'm 47 now. I'm ready, babe. Yeah.
Bruh, but what I'm saying is,
I get you.
In the scheme of life, bro, like life, especially like, bro, if he lives to 75, bro, it's 30 years.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? His life is he's young. 47 is young. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's young. So
for sure,
we'll see. All right, man. Let's see. What's next, man? So let's
hit the TV.
Let's just get into TV, man. Oh, we talked about it a little bit, right?
Okay.
So for everybody out there, spoiler alert. We might be getting into some shows and some topics that you may or may not have seen, and more specifically about the show Your Honor. So we talked about this a little off air. Man, what you think about it, man? Like, so if talk about season 1, talk about how you felt about season 1 and the show before they started season 2.
So I thought season 1 was great. I think it was based on a book, maybe, or another show. I think it might be based. They did the show in another country, but it was supposed to be just a mini series. It was one season. It had a full storyline pretty much, but people liked it so much it got picked up. So the premise of the show is you got this judge whose son hits someone. His son gets in an accident and he kills someone, and they're like, oh, kind of crazy, hit and run. He comes home to his dad. He's like, oh, Dad, this happened. And like, oh man, don't worry about it, son. We'll take care of this. And then they go down to the police station. He's like, all right, son, you got to turn yourself in, but let me go first. I'm the judge. He's a judge. He's like, he knows a lot of people. All right, let me go first. So he goes on the police station. He sees like this crime mob or mafia mob person. Jimmy Baxter, I think his name is. And he's in there and he's like crying and stuff. And then they tell him his son died. He has like, what happened? He's like, oh, Jimmy's like, his son died. Someone hit his son earlier, hit and run. We don't know who it is. And so it's funny because Bryan Cranston, the guy who plays the judge in Your Honor, the main character, he comes out there like kind of like a ghost, looking like a ghost, like, yo. He comes back to the car. His son's like, what's going on, Dad? He's like, listen, you can't turn yourself in. He's like, why not? He's like, that boy you killed, you Jimmy Baxter's son. And like, if you turn yourself in, like, he gonna kill you. Like, ain't gonna be no jail time.
Ain't no question.
Yeah, you're gonna die. He's gonna send someone to you and you'll have to pay for this. So you can't do that. And so the whole show was, to me, super dope because you had that storyline of him trying to keep his son out of jail. And I remember there's a lot of different things that end up happening, man. A lot of different things that happen in the show that get kind of crazy. Not just that straightforward. They have other main characters that come in. At one point as well, the dad, I guess, discovers that it was him that did it. Because they kind of traced the car back to him through a whole situation. And he's like, yo, I know, he talks to the judge, I know you did it. I know you killed my son, but I'm gonna kill you. And right before he's about to kill him, similar to like Ozark, if people seen Ozark, he's like, wait. Your other son is is a criminal and he's about to go to jail. But listen, I can get him off. I'm the judge. I can throw the trial. They got all the evidence against him, but don't worry, I can get him off. He's like, oh, really? Okay, so that's a really cool storyline. Him in the courtroom trying to work the juries, work the thing, because they got all the evidence against this guy. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get your other son off. Don't worry. And it's kind of crazy because he didn't even take the fall for his son. Remember, his son is the judge's son is the one who killed this other boy. But when the crime guy finds out, Bryan Cranston's like, no, it was me. I did it. I killed your son in the car. And so even at one point in season 1, he realizes, like, actually, hold on, it wasn't you that was driving the car. It was your son. Like, okay, well, listen, I'm still appreciate you getting my other son off. I'm still gonna kill this little dude. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this young is crazy.
Yeah,
So we had
that joint was
the
crazy.
storylines going out throughout it, man. And to me, it was just a really well done show. Like the storylines, when I watched even like the season 1 recap prepping for season 2, I had forgot some of the other storylines, which I didn't even go into. Like,
Yeah.
you got love interests from different people.
Nah, it was deep. It was deep.
Oh yeah,
And it was arguably it was a top tier show. I don't know where to
absolutely,
rank it. I don't know where to
absolutely.
rank it, but I remember even telling my mother like, "Yo, you got to watch this." Like the way the show captivated you from the jump was like, and it was a roller coaster because we actually watched it. Me and Ashley watched it, week by week,
Yeah,
like, as it was coming out, and so the cliffhangers every week. We're like, man, like what is going to happen? Like, how is he going to get out of this? How he's gonna get his son out of this? How he's gonna get himself out of this? Like it was just
yeah.
the stakes were so high, the pressure, like it was very very good show, very good show. Season 1, which brings us to season 2.
Season 2,
which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the show was supposed to be a limited series.
yeah, just that one
Did
season.
we confirm that?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
it was just supposed to be one
I
season.
thought so. Yeah, and I wish they did that.
Slick It In is good, bro. We ain't talked about this yet, but it ain't quite got that same luster, I don't think. They leading up to stuff, but it ain't got that same luster.
Nah, it's weak. It's weak, bro. It's weak. I watched it, both episodes, just yesterday, and I'm like, I'm not even like paying attention half the time. Like it's not even grabbing my attention. There's no intrigue. It's just like catching up to what's going on right now. Like, oh, this is what happened after season 1. Like, but they spent 2 episodes pretty much like setting the tone for what's happening. I will give it, another couple. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch the whole thing. But I'm waiting to see like what's going to be the real meat to this season. Like, what's going to be the real like. I almost thought, and I need to check this. If it even the same cat, like it's the same production
director and stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel the same. The pacing.
That's true. I feel like the little jump cuts in between. It's like, bro, like you got one scene, you jump somewhere else. Yeah,
bro. Do you remember episode 1, season 1? Like,
no,
when the whole thing went down, like they went backwards. Like they had the 2 boys like almost parallel in the show, and then they like came to a point, and then they like spun off the show. It was crazy. Like the mind behind it. That's why I said it felt like so well done as a limited series. I don't know. I feel like they're messing it up, bro. I watched the first episode, and I was just like, bro, okay. Like we're picking up where we left off, but it just, I don't know. It's not captivating me. What do you feel, man? Like how would you rate?
I think that so far, what the main storyline I have going in season 2 is somehow the guy ended up in jail, Bryan Cranston, which I guess we don't know all the way when he turned, because season 1 ended. Well, I guess I ain't gonna spoil the very ending because you guys should absolutely watch season 1. But
yeah, if you haven't watched it, you can watch it.
He's in jail somehow. We don't know what charge, but they got it like, okay, he's in jail. One of his friends is the mayor. One of his like best childhood friends, who was the goddad of his son, is the mayor, and then he confessed to like kind of trying to cover it up and throw in a jury. And in the same way, he incriminated his best friend, who's the mayor now. And they're like, yo, listen, you're going to help us take down this crime family, or else we're going to leak this stuff. And your best friend, he going to go to jail now. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the main, I guess, so far, at least the first 2 episodes, that's the main crunch. And now they're trying to get him out and stuff like that. But it don't quite seem quite the same. Like, okay, if that guy does go, it doesn't look like it's life or death. Where the first one was like life or death. And so that's one thing I think that make good shows.
The baby?
Like, The baby? I mean, it's solid. It's okay, man. It's okay, man. But to me, I think the first season was the fact, like, bro, if this gets out, son, you will die. Like, that was the stakes. Like, forget this guy gonna go to jail. It's like, nah, son, you die. I'll probably die.
It's over. Yeah,
it's over.
Everybody.
Maybe our aunt die. He's just gonna go crazy on this joint. You know what I'm saying? So to me, we have a show that has the high stakes. That's what helps. And so this leads into something else I'm thinking too, bro. I feel like a lot of times when shows have that initial season, and not just this show, but sometimes you have to like pitch the show to these production houses or to these companies like Netflix, like NBC, Fox, whatever. And you have like a great story for season 1, or even season 1 and 2 maybe. But as it keeps going, you don't necessarily have 7 seasons written right then. You know what I'm saying? And so what happened with this is we have this great source material, and it happens with a lot of shows. Game of Thrones, same thing too. Game of Thrones was going off the books, and at a certain point, the TV show went ahead of the books. So it's like we had great source material, and now we've passed that. And so now we have to use our own writers, and it's just not quite the same. And I think the same thing you're saying. This season 2 is not quite as good as season 1. Low-key hot take 2, I think the same thing for Abbott Elementary. I know it won all them awards recently. Season 2 of Abbott Elementary, to me, ain't quite as good as season 1. I feel like season 1 was more funny. That's just me. I don't know. I'll pivot a little bit, but it's cool still. But season 1 was like, whoa, this is fresh. This is funny. This is wow. This is really good. Where season 2 have been like, okay, this is cool. This is a good show still.
All right.
Good show.
Well, let's do this. Let's hit a couple quick things like what. So I think you say you're not feeling Your Honor, right?
It's still solid, but it's the first season, like we both agreed, was like great, like really, really good TV. This is not quite really, really good TV. It's solid TV right now.
Okay. So what about, I know we talked about, and I haven't actually watched it. So what about The Last of Us on HBO? Okay. That had a lot of hype. I didn't play the game, but I know a lot of people who did, who was like, they were really anticipating. The game is like a movie, which is what made the game interesting.
I've been describing the first 2 episodes. So same thing. This comes on Sundays on HBO. It's called The Last of Us. Just came out. There's only 2 episodes right now as we record. And so to me, I like the little post-apocalyptic dystopian future type thing. Shows. Those are kind of my bag. But even the same thing. The reason why is because the stakes end up being so high. It's like, bruh, now anyone could die.
It's over.
And if I misstep here, wrong direction here, if you're not careful, you could just die at any moment. So to me, that makes the stakes higher. That makes the drama more intense. That makes it like, okay, now I'm emotionally invested. You see what I'm saying? So for The Last of Us, the first half of the episode, fire. And here's the thing I have too. This is why it was fire to me. It started off like right when this virus is kind of coming from fungus and it's making people kind of essentially turn into some sort of zombies. Like similar to Walking Dead, but not quite. This originated with viruses, and it looks like the zombies are also kind of like connected. They infect others, and they kind of like have a hive mind or something. So like low-key, the zombies might be a little more dangerous than like in Walking Dead. And so the first episode, it starts off kind of regular life, and then everything kind of hits the fan, and then it hits the fan really, really quickly. And so to me, it's like, yo, this is crazy. They're trying to like get out of the city. Like, it's like, bro, this stuff. Yo, I can turn this way, can't turn this way. Military's bombing the city and stuff too. The military's coming in, bombing the city to try to contain this thing. And so it's really, really crazy. And then what I hated, bro, is they did a jump cut, man. They jump cut. Right when also something crazy just happens right before the jump cut, they jump cut to 20 years later. And now it's like, okay, it's not quite as hectic anymore. Like we've got a society, we have a flow now. There are survivors trying to make it work. And to me, bro, that first half of the episode, fuego. Second half,
20 years, bro,
or 10. 10 is it 10 or 20 years? Yeah, 20 years. 20
bro,
years.
that's a long time.
So now you have mad stuff figured out, bro. Like, and imagine Walking Dead from season 1 to 20 years later. 20 years later, we kind of got systems. These zombies are still out here, but we have systems in place now. We got walls up.
Yeah.
We kind of know what to do a little bit. So that's the thing to me, where it's like that little time jump. I would have been more interested in them like trying to figure out, because even right when something happens, a key character gets shot. A key character who they spent a lot of time in that first half of the show gets shot. And yeah, it's kind of looking really dicey for them. And even like I said, they had just been turned off different directions. Like, okay, turn this way, blocked off, turn this way, blocked off, go this. They're going all different places. Everything's getting blocked off. So even me, I'm thinking like, okay, how did they get out of this exact jam? It looks like there's a 0% chance this crew here is about to survive. How did they even make it? You know what I'm saying? So for them to do that time jump, and now like there's a mission and things they're trying to do now. So basically the premise of it now is like, I guess there's a girl who has been bitten. She's been bitten, but she kind of hasn't turned. And so they're trying to get her to some other people. Similar, I guess, almost to I Am Legend. Like Will Smith had found the cure at the very end of I Am Legend, spoiler. He's like, yo, get this to somebody. So that's kind of what's happening now. But to me, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It's okay. And then see episode two quickly. The first like 10 minutes, fire once again. You know why? They went back, flashback again. They have a scientist coming in. They have a scientist coming in, you know what I'm saying? And the scientist is like, hey, Doc, we need you to take a look at this. Doc's like, where did this come from? How many other people are there? Oh my God. You can kind of feel like that, oh snap, this is crazy. And then they jump back again. And so it's okay, man. Let me think. If I had to rate here, it's probably a little bit better than season 2 of Your Honor, I would say, just because it's newer and I'm still trying to see where they're going.
Yeah. You're more intrigued. It's newer concept. So I can see that. I'm gonna check it out and give it my opinion. Hopefully by next recording, I'll let you know.
You don't even got to do it. I'll be honest with you. What you need to finish is Severance. And for those listening, you have to finish. Don't even watch Leftovers. I'm telling you, it's okay so far. I'll let you guys know if it turns up more. Severance, that's the one you need to watch before next week, bro. If you get to the end of that jump, I guarantee you'll be like, dog, you know what, Avery? All right, listen, that jump kind of turned up. You're gonna be like, bro, that jump, it went.
All right, I'm gonna see, bro. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can watch it. Cause I know you've been telling me about it, and we did like it a little bit, man. Like we was feeling it for a second. It is a little slow at the beginning, Severance.
It gets better and better.
I can see it. So we have to get back to it, man. But yeah, before we wrap up the TV, man, the show that I'm watching, man, that I'm intrigued in, and it's not, Academy Award winning, but it is entertaining. It's BMF, bro.
BMF.
Black Mafia Family season 2. It's just, first of all, it's kind of funny, man. Like if anybody has been in any type of memes, like, yo, they're just, it's hilarious. The parents of the 2 main characters are just having like some real lovers quarrel issues, and people are really I don't know, they're like really like honing in on it this season for some random reason, and like people are into it. So in other words, man, like the show is not spectacular in its premise. It's not completely unique, but it's entertaining because really, it's surprisingly the acting.
Good.
Demetrius Flannery is the actual son of who he's playing, who's in prison, who lived the life that they're playing. And so, like, I think he's like the highlight of the show. His acting is really, really believable, and it kind of pulls you into this world where, this guy is, this kid, his 2 brothers are like, they're selling drugs, they're doing this all this stuff, but they're just living, and it's telling their story, and it's pretty good, man. It's a good watch. Like if you just like that kind of stuff, it's definitely entertaining. So I like BMF, man, but we'll get into some stuff for sure as we go further along into the season. The year starts picking up. There'll be some more shows that we definitely gonna get into, and we'll be talking a lot more about. So we'll let you guys know.
I'm gonna watch at least 2 episodes of season 1 of BMF. You watch 2 episodes of Severance. I can commit to that. I watch.
All right, we'll make that deal happen. We'll make that deal happen.
Okay. Also, we want to move into our social media segment for the week here on the podcast. We'll be doing different social media topics, things that were trending on Twitter and whatnot. And so I saw this floating around on social media, and I wanted to get your thoughts on if it's true or not here. And so Ashley, she could put it up on the screen as well. And so this is a list that had been, I guess, compiled throughout the years of things that women have said that men aren't allowed to do, that we're not allowed to do.
Okay. This list is wild. I don't know where you.
It's exhaustive too. Bro. It's like comprehensive. It's like, this is what?
Yeah, this list crazy.
40 items. So let me see. We just talk about it, man. Listen, number 1, it says run for the bus, man. You're not allowed to run for the bus. What you think, dog?
I don't even understand. Like half of these, this is what I'm saying. Like, I think you got a preference. Like some of these are just ridiculous, bro. Like one of these literally says exist. Like what?
Some women say that, dude. Some women say, "Oh man, y'all trash.
Men
can't exist, bro.
You can't exist. Skate, eat dessert.
You do look a little. I know we in the South, dog. We in the South, but skating. If you know how to skate real well, I'm looking at you a little way, man. A little bit. Part of it's a little bit jealousy. Part of it's a little bit like you a little corny too. You know what I'm saying? Just to me.
Why? They gotta skate, bro. It's a hobby, yo.
No, but you can't skate too well. Like I can skate, but if you're going backwards and you're doing a little spins and the splits and stuff, like, bro, you really be out here, son, huh? You going crazy right now.
Yo, why you hating on this man? Like,
if women made this list, bro. I'm saying I can see how they can say that. I can see that. Nah. I can see that one.
So you agree with the list, is what you're saying. You agree
Not
with
the whole list, but there's a couple things. Listen, okay, you can't do that. Use an umbrella. I can see how, bro. Listen, in movies, what the men do, they do like this all the time. He's raining outside.
Like you just gotta get wet.
Like they head down, son. That's what they do, son. It's this using an umbrella. What else they got here?
This thing is. Let me see. What else? Which else would I?
Listen, say hey to their friends,
bro. Tie their shoelaces, man. Come on, bro. Where does this list come from, man?
If you don't look cool tying them, they need to be pre-tied. Have them tied before you leave the house. If you just see, I don't even see
cool,
people tying their
bro.
shoes like that, man.
What is cool?
I'm just okay,
bro. What are you talking?
Okay,
you don't look cool tying.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate right now, and Leland, I guess, is not doing anything. I'm trying to go inside the mind, like Steve already said. What I think like a man or whatever. Think like what? Listen. I'm trying to see this is maybe how the women are feeling. I can see how a woman seeing a guy tying their shoes, be like, look at this joker, man. Look at this guy.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. I some of these things I have never heard. Like, there's a couple things that I agree with. I'll give you one.
What's something you agree with on this list, bro?
This is one, bro. It's the show toes, bro.
Show toes? That's facts.
Yeah, bro. Like this is just maybe just my personal opinion, but I just don't feel like nobody wants to see guys' toes. Like I mean, it could be nice, could be cool, whatever. But like I've never seen anybody be like, yeah, like feet out, like cool.
I agree, bro. Especially I know black people really don't wear those types of sandals. And so I agree. As a man, yeah, I'm not wearing those sandals with my feet out, man. You put the little Nike slides on, or a little Nike sock action going.
I just don't know that anybody. I don't know if anybody wants to see it, bro.
Listen, something else, bro. Lay on their stomach. That's a fact, bro. You shouldn't be laying on your stomach as a guy, man. That's a fact, bro. That's a little crazy, bro.
That's not, bro. That is.
Laying on your stomach with your feet kicked up or something, bro. You Moesha? You right in the dryer? What's going on, son?
Bro, what are you talking? First of all, that's what.
No, you don't think so, bro? Listen.
Lay on your stomach, bro. That you're sleeping. That's the issue.
I think it's more chilling on your stomach. Like you laying down chilling and it's on your stomach. You lay on your side or your back, son. Come on now. Come on now. All right. Listen, I talked to Latanya about this one. She said, yo, be ignored by a waiter, waitress. She said 100%. She looking at you side or looking at me sideways. If the waiter come by, try to flag him down, and then I ain't get them, like, dang, bro, they just gonna ignore you like that? I mean, listen.
You can't be ignored. Okay.
You see? Okay, like, yo.
I feel you what you're saying on that one. Like you can't, like that's not a good look.
It's not a good look,
what you're saying.
It's not a good look.
All right. So if you skate, that's not a good look. If you eat dessert as a man, that's not a good look.
You can eat dessert, listen, but you can't really you can't share dessert though. Like with another guy, you can't be like, yo, man, let's go half on this joint.
That's not what this is, yo.
But think about it, right? Think about it, yo. You want to split the cheesecake? I can't really eat the whole thing, but I'm trying to split the cheesecake, bro. What's going on, man? What would you say to that if I said that, bro? You want to split the cheesecake?
Bro, if you say you want to split the cheesecake, I'd be like, all right, cool, bro. Like, let's eat it. I mean, like, bro, okay. What we talking about?
We are family, though. We are family. Like, would you say that to one of your homeboys, though, or no?
Probably not. Probably not. Like, but that's not what this says. This just says eat dessert, dog. Like you add it. You like, would you rather question? You trying to break the question to make it sus. Like, why did that work? Like, what if we take it one step further? Wear glasses.
Hey, these ain't even real, my boy. What you mean? But okay, let's look here.
This joint just
TikToks. One, I agree with that, bro. I don't got a TikTok. I think if you a guy our age and up, you out here making TikToks, bro. I'm definitely make a reel, make an Instagram reel, son. Don't make a TikTok, bro.
Not TikTok.
Not a TikTok.
I ain't gonna kill. Man, what kind of TikToks, man? We talking about like you talking about
100%. You better not make the dancing ones where y'all hear like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hear doing a little choreographed dance. Heck no.
I'm saying like, I don't know, bro. I'm just saying like, bro, you can use TikTok for a lot of different reasons. I don't know, man. I'm looking at this list and I'm just like, look, what I'm having trouble with, right? What I'm having trouble with is like these are things that men are not allowed to do, and this is supposed to be because somebody heard a woman saying that they can't do that. Like literally, like not 80% of these, like I've never heard nobody. I've never heard a woman be like, "Bruh, you can't do this," or like, or see me doing it and be like, "Nah, lay on my stomach." Nah,
I think it's a little.
Joy says own a ring light, dog.
I just bought one for the podcast, yeah. But I did think of it differently. No.
Saying. Like,
but even now, look, you see, the ring light is up top, bro. It ain't like in my face like that. It's kind of like, you see that? Yeah, you know, I'm kind of.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, who came up with this? What women are these people? Are these men talking to? That's like really killing them for these random things, bro.
Okay, in defense of women, let me say this:
communicate with your friends via voice note.
I do that all the time, though. I'm dropping voicemails all the time because I got a lot to say. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, this is wild.
So let me throw the women some bail here. Let me throw the women some bail. It does say things men aren't allowed to do. Ideas by jobless, bitter women. So this ain't the standard. Okay. This ain't our listeners. Our listeners are sophisticated women. This ain't them. This is these are ideas from jobless, bitter women. So that's the caveat there. You know what I mean? So I don't think most women think like this, but I thought it was kind of funny, man, because like I said, it's just mad stuff on this list, man. Mad stuff.
Yeah, it's mad stuff. It's mad. It's mad ridiculous too, bro. Like half of this stuff is just like,
yeah, mad stuff, dog.
Mad stuff, man. Blow hot food to cool down. Saying, yo,
a little soft though. Yo, just put that joint on me, yo. A little soft, bro.
Just burn your mouth, son. Just wait.
No, okay. A big blow is kind of crazy as an adult, though, bro. Come on, so I ain't did that in a long time. Definitely not in public. That's crazy.
Like, I probably haven't done that in a long time either. Yo. I probably haven't done it. I probably have not done that, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, Jay. That's kind of crazy, bro.
Carry a power bank.
Nuts, bro. If this was 08 or something, sure. Phones is kind of around, or 2012-ish, sure. Nowadays, dog, get a better phone. You don't need that no power bank on you, son. Also, be ticklish. I kind of, you know, you definitely can't be ticklish out in public. You know what I mean? Can't be ticklish out in public.
You can be ticklish in your house.
And in the privacy of a committed relationship with someone you love and trust, you can be ticklish. You can't be ticklish just in general, you know what I mean?
I might have to agree with that one, yeah. I might have to agree with that one. So like that's like it's just not the best look. That's it. Look, man. It's just not the best look. I mean, first of all, being tickled in general, like will probably put you in like anybody, man or man or woman, like if you're tickled, like that's not going to be a good look. Like you're just not going to look your best. You're not going to be at your best.
But I think it's kind of maybe a little more cute on a woman. Like
people be throwing punches, man. People kicking, laughing.
No, that's a fact. It get kind of crazy if you can get tickled.
Nah, it's not a good look when you tickle.
True. It get kind of crazy. So that's pretty much it.
It's a crazy look.
Yeah, that's it for the social media. But feel free in the comments. Feel free in the comments to drop something you see, something you want us to discuss. And that concludes another episode of the Yo Hear Me Out podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for making it to the end of our second episode. So please like, share, subscribe on our YouTube page, on our Instagram page. You can find us wherever podcasts are found. Spread the word. And anything else, cuz?
That's it, man. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us, man. Hopefully you stay with us from week to week. Laugh, joke, cry, and just kick it, man. Appreciate y'all.
You think we're gonna be having some episodes where we cry, man? Possibly, man. Possibly. Possibly.
If you we can't according to this list, we can't do that either, son.
Nah, yeah, maybe.
No, but
I feel
yeah,
like
I
if
don't
you
know, man.
try, because it's becoming a little more in vogue now. You know what I'm saying? Men getting a little more in touch with their feelings and stuff like that. So if we
It's
talk
just
about
real life, man. Stuff in
we
real life.
talking
Some things are sentimental. So that just is what it
facts.
is. But
Facts.
maybe we will have some episodes like that where, I mean, bro, if we're talking about, current events, man, sometimes everything not
That's true.
all good.
That's true.
Sometimes everything not all good. So I look forward to getting into those conversations with you, bro, and just chopping it up, man, and seeing where this thing go, bro.
For sure. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, we'll be back next week. Peace.